Welcome back. Well, a short clip from Kaun Banega Crorepati has turned into a full-blown internet storm. A 10-year-old contestant's confident tone with Amitabh Bachchan, and you see that little genius on your screens. This entire conversation has set off a wave of reactions online. Many called the child rude, others saw just an excited kid under pressure. Memes followed, so did trolling, raising the question of whether adults went too far. But the outrage itself has led to deeper questions. Was the child simply overconfident, or a reflection of a generation that's more outspoken? Are we misreading confidence as disrespect? And are adults too fragile when kids speak their mind? It sparked a conversation about parenting, media pressure, and how quick we are to judge. Critics say repeated clips and sensational edits have only fueled the backlash. Producers are being questioned for pushing virality over context, and experts warn the more we loop a child's mistake, the harsher the public reaction becomes. There's also the parenting debate. Some say this is what happens when children are overexposed. Others argue kids only mirror what they see in adults, typically their parents. So where does the balance lie between confidence and courtesy? Let's bring in psychiatrist Dr Harish Shetty joining us this morning. Good morning, Dr Shetty. Hope you're doing well.
Morning. Absolutely.
We have come across this very interesting, sequence of Kaun Banega Crorepati. And the entire country is talking about it. There is so much memes being created around this one episode. Dr. Shetty, to begin with, what were your first thoughts when you saw that child answer back to Amitabh Bachchan, who's that senior, that kind of a respected celebrity, and he was just like, I'm not going to let you complete the question. What did you make of it?
I think I didn't make anything much of it. I'll give you a cricketing metaphor. You have Shubham Gill, who plays copybook style cricket, and you have Abhishek Sharma, who can hit the ball outside the off stump to square leg. Children are all different, and I think the child was experiencing proximity. He did not think it was a show. It was Uncle Amitabh there, and Uncle Amitabh, affectionate, very friendly, and he was talking to a friend with his heart very open and his mind completely calm, and he spoke what he felt like. I don't think he was overconfident. I don't think he was rude. I think people should keep their trap shut and take care of their own children rather than attributing meaning. People have given great descriptions of the personality profile of the child looking across a few minutes of sharing. I think he's a bright child, audacious a little, but it's perfectly all right. I don't think the parents need to be blamed for the parenting. I think he said, Uncle, I know the rules. तुम मुझे बार-बार क्यों बताते हो? That is how we talk to our uncle.
Yeah, because he began by saying, please, let's not waste time, by discussing the rules. I know it all, was his attitude through and through.
I know, nothing wrong at all. We are not a feudal country anymore. We are not pai lagu types anymore. Uncle ji, aap mujhe ye sab mat batao, ye mujhe bilkul pata hai. Nothing wrong in that. I think we are making too much of a behavior which is part of the normal behavior of a lot of kids.
Yeah. And especially these days, would you say, Dr. Shetty, these days the kids are far more outspoken even at the age of 10, and we have an example in front of us. Have you seen that shift through the last few years?
When I was small, I used to bend and speak to my father. Now we speak as friends. Yeah. We speak as if we would want to speak to our parents or uncles very openly and very, very bluntly. That would not mean that audacity is not equal to disrespect. It's the paraphrasing is different, the respect is the same.
Dr. Shetty, now I'm sure the child's parents are going through social media memes, a lot of criticism coming his way. He's fortunately 10 years old, so he perhaps is not going to be exposed to this part of the world, but to the parents as well, with people questioning their parenting. It would be difficult, right?
Absolutely. I think what is happening is every psychologist, every professional has found a chance to find their name under the sun because of this child. And that's very, very unfortunate. What is so important is for these parents to just lie low, have faith in the child, and you would experience that in your own school as you were a school kid. There are 5 kids who would put their hands up to answer the questions first. What is wrong? They are different. and they would love to hear their voice. Nothing wrong in that. So I would request the parents, have faith in your parenting, have faith in your child, and have faith in yourself, and don't get carried away by the memes and the expert opinions by mental health professionals across board who found a chance to be under the spotlight and have attention towards themselves. He's a little audacious, but nothing wrong in being audacious. Being audacious would not being disrespectful. It means proximity, love and affection, and I respect you.
You know, he very humbly in the end, when he had to quit, finally said that there's only a certain amount that people win, post which Amitabh Bachchan gets a picture, right? So he wanted a photograph at the end of that short little sequence, that conversation he had with Amitabh Bachchan, which was so humbling. But a lot of people gave it a different twist. So they said that after 5 odd questions of him acting over smart, being disrespectful, he was humbled by the one question that he lost or had to exit on. How would you react to that kind of criticism?
I think that was innocence personified. यार तुम अभी मेरे साथ फोटो प्लीज निकालो. मैंने सुना कि बहुत if after you earn a lot of money you take a photograph, please help me with the photograph. Nothing wrong in that. He was absolutely innocent. He spoke his heart out. He spoke his emotions out. And I would respect him rather than have somebody there who behaves in a very stereotypical, obedient manner. I think what is very important is now the gap between adults and children are going down. Adults are talking what they feel, what they think, and they're not scared to voice their opinion. And there has been no disrespect of Amitabh Bachchan, and the show was fantastic. But I suspect sometimes the TRP goons encourage kids to say, "Bindas bolo, koi chinta mat karo, hum log hai tumhare piche." So I would also look at TRP goons who would want the show to be controversial, and being bad means more TRPs. So I would also use a word of caution to all those guys who, when they prompt a kid or an adult to talk, let them be as they are and not push them to be bindas polo or say what you feel. Don't worry, we are all there. I think that part I'm a little worried about, but I think the kid was fine, perfectly all right. And I would ask everybody to keep the trap shut and take care of their own children.
Also, wouldn't you say, Dr. Shetty, this is too much societal pressure, too much expectation from a 10-year-old? A 10-year-old is not going to think through everything he's going to be speaking and saying and is going to come out of his mouth.
I agree. I was part of a show long ago as an expert, and I found that the most important desire and the need for the show is to make it sexy somehow. And the second aspect I saw was parents would get very upset when their child loses in a show, and they would really be very harsh on the child. So I would say all the parents, remember, this is not the last show of your life of your child. Your child will be under the acolytes across life. Teach him to be mindful. Teach him to have friends. Teach him to share his feelings if he feels nice, good, bad, upset, sad. And see that you hug him a little longer and a little stronger when people actually abuse your child. When you feel a child has been wronged and abused, don't go away from him. Don't say, I'm ashamed of you. Meri izzat gayi, chali gayi. Hug him a little longer and a little stronger.
And the one message you seem to be sending out, Dr. Shetty, is don't confuse overconfidence for disrespect. In this case, this was
no overconfidence. He was candid. He talked as if Amitabh Bachchan is in his house. And that is candidness, that is proximity, there is affection, there is love.
Dr. Shetty, for everyone who's today, without thinking twice, putting a social media post, questioning parenting, talking about what or how a child is a reflection of what he sees in the house, what would your reaction to that kind of criticism?
They are projecting their own views about their own kids. And also, in a controversy, they want the acolytes to fall on them only and not only on the child. Leave them alone, take care of your own kids, be mindful about your own kids. And there is no stereotypical narrative of respect. I'll tell you an example. When long ago, when dads used to lose money in the stock market, kids would ask dad, "Arey, kya hua, daddy? Kaise hua?" As of now, they say, "Dad, you don't have any brains." Both these sentences have respect, affection. Paraphrasing has changed, but the emotion is the same.
I'm not sure, Dr. Shetty, all parents would agree to that. You're being too kind to children, some would say.
No. I have worked with kids for the last 40 years, ma'am.
Yeah.
What is changing is the paraphrasing, the proximity, the eye-to-eye contact, but the love, the affection, and respect. The respect would not mean being very submissive, subservient, and looking at parents and uncles at a level of a hierarchy. I don't think hierarchy is slowly going away. "Hi uncle, how are you? You don't look good. You look very sad today." That is kids of today.
So uncles should not confuse this with being disrespected or somebody being rude. They should see this as a friendly gesture instead. That's a lovely thought that you're leaving us with, Dr. Shetty. Positive gesture. Okay, Dr. Shetty, one last message that we need from you for all the parents who are parenting, let's say children between 8 to 12, 15, still struggling with the fact that this is a lot which is highly exposed to the digital age and is acting differently. Leave us with a message for that.
I think, conversation is more important than at any point of time lectures. Sermonizing doesn't work. Find out the lucid period when the child is listening to you. At that point of time, drop in 1 or 2 sentences of sense and some form of discipline. But conversation would not mean that they agree with you all the time or you agree with them. Even sitting next to your child in silence and watching TV is conversation. So conversation, proximity and respect. And children need 4 things in life, 4 psychological things. Number 1, emotional safety and security. कुछ भी हुआ तो पापा मुझे ठोक ठाक के कैसे भी करके मुझे accept करेंगे. Number 2, respect. Number 3, trust. And 4th is love, which means there is a mathematical formula which is important. Acceptance upon expectations has to be greater than 1. Children should perceive acceptance of the parents all the time and more than expectations. And if they perceive that from the parents, your parenting is fantastic. Emotional safety and security is the most important need of a child.
Okay, lovely. Dr. Shetty, thank you for those wonderful words and thank you for taking out the time. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, ma'am.